Media Group.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Szabo, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. I'm Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
And it's just us today.
Yay!
It's just us today to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to break down all of the Irish Easter eggs in Taylor Swift songs.
You know, there is a connection to Ireland and Taylor Swift.
Is there?
For me personally, because I went to Ireland for the Eras Tour. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I went to go see the Eras Tour over there, over yonder. It's the only time I've ever, to this point in time, it's the only time I've been abroad that way.
Anna, you're a girl. You've always been abroad. Thank you.
Like, wait, what? But I specified that way because I have been south. I've been to Mexico. I've been out of the country, but I haven't been to across the pond, if you will, except for Ireland.
Don't speak with an English accent. All Irish accents only today.
Irish.
Irish.
Can you do an Irish accent?
Irish. No, no, I can't.
Irish.
Yeah, no, can't. But there is another Irish connection to Taylor Swift. Donald Gleason was just in her Opalite music video, and she met him on the Graham Norton show.
Yes.
And they had a lot of fun on the Opalite music video. How
Yeah.
cool. So there's another Irish
connection.
So thank you for joining us on this episode of 13 Taylor Swift Fan Podcast. So today, what we're actually going to do, since it's just Anna and I,
Yes.
we are going to have some fun by talking about underrated Taylor Swift songs.
Yes.
And see if we can start a discussion amongst the Swifties in the comments of our podcast and the comments of our socials on message boards and social media all over the world. What are unrated Taylor Swift songs? So we picked what we feel is the most underrated song on each album.
Yes.
So we have 12 answers. That's a lot.
Yeah,
I was going through, I was like, surely I skipped an album somewhere because there's so many.
I did the same thing. I had mine in bullet points, and then I was like, is this right? And then I highlighted it on my doc and did numerical to do numbers, and there was 12. So I was like, okay, I got it right. Let's go.
Did it. Can you name them all in order? Go.
The albums?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the TikTok sound that was like Taylor Swift,
Fearless,
Speak Now, Red, 1989, Reputation, Lover, Folklore, Evermore, Midnights, The Tortured Poets Department, and Life of a Showgirl.
There you go. Very good. Congratulations. You're a Swiftie.
Thank you. Not
You
to
have
like
a podcast.
So this is actually funny that you bring this up. Okay, as a Swiftie, you know, like most hardcore Swifties like us, again, we know the order of all Taylor Swift albums. So I have a collection of Taylor Swift CDs that I have framed from the ones that I have that she has signed. And I was putting them up on a wall. Like I have this hallway area. It was actually my husband Ryan's idea to put it up on this hallway. But I have 8 total. So we have 4 and 4. And he was like, well, what order do you want to put them in? But since Taylor hasn't done like autograph CDs for Speak Now, Taylor's version, or 1989, I don't have like the complete like in order, if you will. And so I really struggled with, do I do the order of the albums the way that they came out, or do I do the order of Taylor's version? You know what I mean? Like Folklore, Evermore, then Fearless, Taylor's version. You know what I mean?
You could rank them by your favorites.
Yeah. It was a struggle that I had personally deep down that no one would ever care about when they walk the hallway of my 2-bedroom home.
So when you're walking down the hall, what's the first one you pass?
Fearless, Taylor's version.
Okay, cool.
I ended up going with like title order and not release order, if that makes sense.
Like alphabetical order?
Like Fearless before Folklore, even though Folklore came up before Fearless, Taylor's version.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That was a really dumb anecdote that no one cared about. But
an anecdote? Did you mean to say that?
No.
Well, you should from now on. An anecdote. Okay, so we are going to start with debut and give you our reasonings for what we believe is the most underrated song. And so, as always, let us know what you think. Whether we're right, wrong, or if you have a better answer.
Or now is your time to pause this podcast, make your own list, and then compare it to ours. So yeah, each most underrated song from each album. Go.
So the way that I did this, I don't know how you found your underrated songs. I went with hard data.
Okay.
I pulled up Spotify and I pulled up. You can see how many downloads or plays each song has, and so that's what I went with. And I just looked at the numbers and I looked at the least streamed songs on each album, and then I figured out what I thought would be underrated. So some, I believe, are the least streamed on there with the least amount of plays. Some, they might be the third or fourth least streamed on the album. So for debut, I'm going to pick Stay Beautiful.
Okay.
I love Stay Beautiful. Clearly, this is a country album, but I like listening to it. It like makes me feel a little nostalgic for that country Taylor because she has a really big country twang in it, and it's just like really,
Stay
it's
beautiful.
just she's she wrote these songs when she was 15, 16 years old. It's just a very cute, young, innocent song, and I just really like it. Stay Beautiful. I don't skip it, so I would say that it's underrated.
Okay, and that was the least streamed
Let me see.
on that album?
I should probably double check and give you that.
I mean, you could just say so. I believe it. I believe you.
Whoa, shade it. Stay
No,
Beautiful.
I believe you.
No, it's gonna be, I believe, the third least streamed
Song?
streamed song. It appears that the least streamed song is gonna be The Outside.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, and I guess because it is her debut album, I mean, this came out years before streaming was even a thing. So for songs on this album to get streaming, it would have to be from fans that pretty much either knew the album already or songs that are on playlists or people that feel nostalgic, whatever it be.
And will we get a Taylor's version
Yes.
of debut?
Yes.
You think so?
I really do think so. I really do think that this year being the 20th anniversary of this album, I do think so, especially since I believe she said that she did re-record this album already. She just hasn't re-recorded Reputation. So not that she would just be like, oh, I'm just going to I re-recorded it for nothing. Like, I do think that if there was something special that she wanted to do with it, it would be for the 20th anniversary. I think it just falls into place. She could hold it longer, do 25 years. Sure.
And it would be really great to coincide with her being inducted into the Songwriting Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
because it's like,
absolutely.
hey, here's the album that started it all for me.
Yeah.
And now I'm in the Songwriter Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think it's cool. If not re-release the album, I do think she will do something for the 20th anniversary of the album, which is this year.
All right, Anna, why don't we figure out your most underrated song on debut?
Okay, it's interesting that you went by data because I did not look at any data. And I do think that speaks to you as a person because I feel like you always go with data when it comes to things.
I go with data.
Whatever.
Sorry, it's just
Data.
us. It's just us. So I'm going to be making as many dad jokes as possible. I don't have other people interjecting before my dad joke just blurts out.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay, well, anyway, I did not look at the data, whatever you want to call it. I went solely based off of vibes, but strictly thinking more. So my mindset was I looked at each album and I thought, okay, if I was in the car with someone who's not a Swiftie, who just kind of knows the casual Taylor Swift fan, if I was like, no, but you need to listen to this song on this album, Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So for her debut album, I went with one of my favorites, but I think it just doesn't get enough love from the general public, and that's Tied Together with a Smile.
Okay.
Because I think with her debut album, you have the ones that everyone knows, right? Our Song, Teardrops on My Guitar, Picture to Burn. I feel like those are such strong songs from those albums from that album that everyone knows. But if somebody was going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm excited for the re-release of her debut album, I'd be like, yes, especially you have to listen to Tied Together with a Smile. And I listen to that song a lot.
Well, good.
She gets me.
Yeah, it's a great song. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's move on to Fearless. I feel that a underrated song on Fearless is The Best Day. It's the third least streamed song on Fearless, and I went by the OG Fearless, the original version.
Okay,
not
that was
the
going
Taylor's
to be a question that I had.
Just the OG, the least streamed song on that album is going to be Change. But it's just such a sweet song. Mm-hmm. What a nice, sweet song. What a great girl. I would love my daughter to write a song like that one day about her mom and her family and stuff like that. It's just really sweet. It's just really nice. And I feel like it's slept on a little bit. Mm-hmm. The only time I see this song come up in conversation, along with, spoiler, what my most underrated song on Speak Now is going to be, it's going to be when parents are posting pictures and stuff on social media, and they have to add a song, and it's some song about their kid and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and they're, reminiscing about a really great time. The Best Day is always tagged as a song in there, and I love it. It's great. What a sweet song. So for me, The Best Day is the most underrated on Fearless.
That's a great choice, and I do agree. I feel like it only makes an appearance on those types of days. On
Yeah, those
social
like real
media.
sentimental type posts. And
Mother's
that's it.
Day.
Yes.
Yeah. For me on Fearless for the most underrated song, and I don't think that this is most underrated in the fandom, but I think once again in the general public, and that's The Other Side of the Door. I do think that the Swifties and the fans know that this song has such a fantastic outro, but I think in the room of like the general public, they don't give this song enough love. They probably don't even know it exists, to be
Right.
honest.
All right, so let's move on now to Speak Now. As I alluded to in Fearless, this kind of goes along with The Best Day, Never Grow Up. It's very similar to that vibe when you're just seeing it on nostalgic posts from parents and stuff like that. But I love it. It's the second least streamed song on Speak Now, the OG version. And the least streamed song on that album is Innocent. And so, I don't know. I just feel like Never Grow Up. It's like, if I had to write a song about watching my kids grow up, I wouldn't change a single word from this. Like, it's the perfect song about watching your kids grow up and having to, let them grow up and be who they are. And it's a little sad, but it's fun. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So, Never Grow Up.
I don't have kids, but I get emotional listening to the song with the thought of my future kids. You know what I mean?
So sweet. So nice.
Okay, so for my most underrated song on Speak Now, this is gonna sound like I'm like I'm cooler than everyone because my favorite song is underrated. But I do genuinely think that Haunted is underrated.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes, I don't think it gets enough attention. I think it should have it should have been on the set list for the Eras Tour. It should have just been just Enchanted and just Haunted from the album. But yeah, I mean, it's such like a headbanger and it's so great. And I feel like there's been so much discussion over the years about, oh my God, it'd be so cool if Taylor did a rock album.
And they point to that song.
Yes, and it's like we have this song. We know she can do it, and we know that it's fantastic. And I know that really just does make me sound like, oh my God, my favorite song doesn't get enough attention. But it's true. It's true. Haunted deserves more attention.
Okay, love it. Great choice. So moving on to Red. Again, I'm going with the original album on Spotify when looking at all the data. And I'm looking at the least streamed songs. Holy Ground is the fourth least streamed song on Red. I love Holy Ground.
That's a great one.
Holy Ground is a great song. And there's other ones on there that have more streams than Holy Ground. And it's like, come on now. We need to fix this. Holy Ground is great. That drum beat, just that vibe, it's like, she's like starting to kind of get aggressive with it. And it's just really sweet. I love the lyric. Tonight, I'm gonna dance for all that we've been through, but I don't want to dance if I'm not dancing with you. That's great. What a great lyric. What a great song. Oh, it's so wonderful. And the least streamed song on that album is Sad, Beautiful, Tragic.
Aw.
FYI.
Sad people.
Isn't that sad?
That is sad. But it's slow. You
It's
know?
a slow one.
And I feel like people just tend to not listen to as much slow songs. Okay, in my opinion, the most underrated song on Red is I Almost Do. Because I do think that there are such solid songs on this. And I Almost Do comes right after 22. So I think, right? I don't know. I was looking at the track list and I was like, that's kind of a whiplash.
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's kind of a whiplash. So I feel like maybe when people like listen to the album, you know, you're like 22, and then I Almost Do. You're probably not in the mood to like listen to it right away. But I just really, really love this song. It's such a great sentiment of we broke up and I want to call you and I don't, but I almost do. I almost do. And I feel like that's so relatable, like just that moment. But the way that she says it, it's just so good. Where does that, do you have a whole list of streams songs?
Yeah, I have Spotify pulled up.
Where does that fall in the?
I Almost Do. Let's see. That's at 67 million. So
Good.
So that's above Stay, Stay, Stay. That's above Holy Ground.
But still bottom half?
Sad. It's bottom half. Bottom half for sure.
Okay.
I'm going to guess it's sixth or seventh least stream. So yeah, in the middle.
It deserves more.
Yeah.
It deserves more.
So moving on to 1989. This might be the... Okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be the biggest crime of least streamed songs on an album. If I'm going on 1989, the original version, not even the deluxe version, just the original 1989 version, the least streamed song is This Love.
Really?
Are you kidding me? What an amazing song. It's
I
so
know.
good. And that has to be underrated. If it's the least streamed song on 1989, Taylor has even said in interviews that it's one of her favorite songs on that album.
Yeah, that song is just poetry.
It's so great. It uses all these water metaphors and stuff like that too, and it feels like you're floating in water when she's talking about the clear blue water and all the tides rushing you in and stuff. And it's so great. When you're young, you just run, but you come back to what you need. It's so good. I love it. These hands had to let it go free, but this love came back to me. Unbelievable. I love This Love.
I'm
It's such a great
surprised.
song. Yeah, it is the least streamed song.
I am surprised about that.
Mm-hmm. What's your most underrated song on 1989?
On 1989, and this one was hard because I do feel like since it is the pop Bible, like all songs across the board do get a lot of love from the general public because, again, that's kind of how I went about this. So, again, I thought if I'm riding in the car with someone who's like, oh, yeah, I know a couple songs on 1989. Like, I know Shake It Off, like whatever. And I was like, oh, but you need to listen to this. I would play I Wish You Would.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's underrated. I think it's one of her. I love the cadence and I love the repetition and the alliteration and just like all of the. I wish you would come back. Wish you never been on the phone. Like it's it scratches an itch in my brain.
Yeah.
And I want to say that I said that exact same thing when we did our song breakdowns on I Wish You Would. Like it just really does something to my brain chemistry when I listen to it. And so I do think it's underrated. And I do remember when we did our rankings for 1989 and I had I Wish You Would at the top, I did get a couple of messages from people being like, thank you so much. That song is so underrated.
Justice for this song.
Yes, justice for I Wish You Would. However, I do have a sub answer for this question.
Sure.
Because looking at 1989 Taylor's version from the vault tracks, I think Say Don't Go doesn't get as much recognition as it
Jam.
should. And I think because with the vault tracks, you know, you have Is It Over Now and some of the other ones that really got really popular on social media when it came out. And Say Don't Go, I think even I didn't appreciate it as much when we got the vault tracks. But it's one of those songs where when I'm listening to my discography playlist on shuffle and it comes on, every time I'm like, this hits.
Say, don't go.
And also the part where it's like, when it, nothing hold me back. I don't, like when it just like pauses and goes silence. Oh, I love it. It hits so hard. It's so good. Full volume, on blast, repeat. It deserves more love. Underrated.
Great choice. All right, moving on to Reputation. What do we think are the most underrated songs here? So New Year's Day is the second least streamed song on Reputation.
Which is also
Now,
shocking.
I got to say, from when I'm looking at all the numbers here, we've been going up, and there's some pretty good numbers on things like that. But Reputation, all of the songs have incredible numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a clear jump from when a lot of people started listening to Taylor Swift, and that's the Reputation album, by streams. And her music after that just continues to just swell and get huge. So Reputation had a big jump in streams. But New Year's Day is the second least streamed song. I love that song. It's a simple song. I feel like fans love it, but I guess the general public don't know it as well.
Which is shocking because I feel like every New Year's Day we're posting about it.
Exactly. I don't know, but it's a really sweet song talking about the highs and lows of a relationship and even the simple things about cleaning up bottles with you on New Year's Day. Like, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
And to me, like, one of the most heartbreaking lyrics about this, like, this desire to never let this relationship go, it's, please don't ever become a stranger whose laugh I could recognize anywhere. Like, what a incredible thought, lyric, song. And, I mean, I don't know. It's just really cool. It's really crazy. I don't really talk about ex-relationships or anything like that very often, but I had a girlfriend in college. She had a very distinct laugh. But, like, now this is how she is to me now.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
interesting.
Like, now
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in 20 years. But if I heard that laugh somewhere at a restaurant, like, I would
Recognize
instantly
it.
know that laugh. And it's just like really crazy. So I can connect to that, I guess. But yeah, New Year's Day, second least streamed song. Let's go, public. We need to get people listening to this song.
What was the least streamed?
The least streamed was So It Goes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And I considered putting that on my list.
Well, what is your most underrated from this one?
And see, this is hard because like you said, I feel like Reputation as an album, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think Reputation as an album, as a body of work, with every day that passes, it gets better. It's like fine wine, you know? Like it just continues to get better and better and better. And I think even Taylor agrees, which is why she struggled with re-recording this album.
I think she said she might release vault tracks from Reputation if we would want to see it.
Yeah,
but she said
course.
there's nothing she could do to make this album any better. She couldn't improve it whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it's perfect the way it is. I think the emotions behind a lot of the ways that she's saying some of these songs are just perfectly. It was a moment in time, and I do think it'll be really hard to ever top it. And I feel the same way with the Tortured Poets Department. Like I do think as a whole that album with time just gets better and better. But Reputation is almost like you don't want to touch it because it is just perfect the way it is. And so this was really hard because looking at every single song on this list, I do think that there are people out there that go so hard for every single one of these songs. And so I was almost going to do So It Goes, but then I don't know, for some reason then I thought that more underrated than So It Goes is Dancing with Our Hands Tied.
Good song.
I think it gets overlooked. I think it's like it. Okay, so the other day when I was listening to a bunch of other part of my job since I work in radio, I get sent some songs ahead of time to listen to and give my opinions on. There's a little behind the scenes for you, which is really cool. So I had my music pulled up on my laptop and I was listening to, and then it was like my downloaded songs. And so I was listening to some songs and I just had them on my speaker playing. And when my list of new songs were over, it immediately went to my Reputation album because I have it downloaded, and it played Dancing with Our Hands Tied. And I turned to my husband Ryan. I was like, "This song is so good.
It's really good. It goes hard.
Like this song." And I think I even said, "I was like, this song is so underrated. Like, why are we not talking about this?" You know. And so I think since I had that experience recently, top of mind, I put that for Reputation.
I'm sure I'll bring this up again whenever we finally get to breaking down Reputation at some point. Of all her songs, that has to be like top 3 songs that when I hear it, I instantly think of a person that she's singing about. Like I instantly think about Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Like that's like as soon as the first note plays, like his face is in my head. Like that's clearly who this is about.
Yeah. Which is whenever we do get to our Reputation era, every single episode is going to be 2 hours long.
It's gotta be. It's gonna be another Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah,
like y'all just did.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Lover. Such a great album, incredible. And it has on there one of my just top tier favorite Taylor Swift pop songs that I think just goes so hard, but it's the 3rd least streamed song on the album. I Think He Knows. I Think He Knows is so good. I love that song. It's fun, it's breathy, it's flirty, it's a little sexy. She hits those super high notes, and then she like when she whispers, "Where you wanna go?" and then she screams, "I think he knows." It is just like it's pop perfection. Like it's such a great song, and like when you think of the album and the colors of Lover, like I feel like those colors come through on that song. It's just like bright and colorful. It's just an amazing song. I love I Think He Knows, and I think it's underrated. The least streamed song on Lover is It's Nice to Have a Friend. FYI.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about for Lover?
I think for Lover, and I think I have said this before, I think I said this in our Lover era episodes, but I do think that the most underrated song on Lover is Afterglow. Mm-hmm. I think it doesn't get enough attention. I think a lot of people were really taken aback with Wood, because it's like so in your face about it. But then it's like, no, this is not the first time that Taylor Swift has written a sexy song, you know? And I love everything about Afterglow. I love the like synthy, smoky sounds to it. Yep. And I remember kind of before we knew that Taylor was even working on her 12th album, I was like, that's kind of the sound that I wanted. I wanted like an entire album of the Afterglow essence, you know, like, hey, it's on me in my head. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I can't.
Is
That's
it
all I have
good?
to say. I think it's so good.
It's so good. All right, moving on to the masterpiece that is
Oh, man.
Folklore.
This is hard.
Another hard album to figure out, like, what's an underrated song? So, again, I went to the data and I looked at the streaming numbers, and to me, Peace, I think, is underappreciated and underrated because it's the third least streamed song on the album. The least streamed is Epiphany. But Peace, to me, I mean, man, when you think of a song that she can just put you into the place of anxiety that she has when she's singing the song, when she's second guessing herself, she's worrying about this relationship, about letting another person down because of who she is and the life that she's built around her and the spectacle and chaos that is her life. And she's just like singing about how worried she is about losing this. Like, can I even be enough for you? Am I going to let another person down?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, and she has lyrics on here, family that I chose, now that I see your brother as my brother, is it enough? And then, but the rain is going to come, always going to come, and you're standing with me. Like, I don't know. It's just such a great song. And it's like, I feel like these numbers should be a little higher, people. But yeah, Peace, I feel like is a little underrated.
I agree. Because I also have Peace. I know it's only a matter of time before we had the same.
Matched.
We
What
had
are
the
your
same
reasonings?
answer. Yeah, I mean, I think to echo everything that you just said, I completely agree. And I also know that this is a song that we reference a lot when we're talking about Taylor Swift's life and how she feels about her ginormous persona, the fame, and everything. And I think there's been a lot of times throughout her discography where she's tried to communicate the sentiment that she successfully got across in Peace. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like, I think we reference it a lot because when we hear more of her inner struggles in later albums, in Midnights, but it's not as obvious, or in the Tortured Poets department, but it's just more tortured in a way. But it's like, I always think Peace is the one that we go back to with, that was her biggest struggle with, but I can never give you peace. And even when she started dating Travis Kelce, we were like, he kind of took that sentiment away from her because he was like, I'm going to be in this with you, you know? And
Took
so
that weight off her shoulders.
yeah, and so I think it's very underrated to the general public, but one that we reference a lot as Swifties, and also just a fantastic song. But yeah, that album was really hard to look at the track list and be like, which one is the most underrated, because they're all masterpieces.
So, moving on to the Evermore album and talking about underrated songs, this is a really hard one for me because I'm looking at the track list and I had a hard time figuring out, like, I don't know what's underrated. But I would like to see Cowboy Like Me just get more love from the general public. I think that's another song that the Swifties know, but I don't think other folks know it that much. Like, I'm not hearing Cowboy Like Me play in the background at Target when I'm there. You know, like, it needs to be, more people need to hear this, the masses. It's the 5th least streamed song, so it's definitely not absolutely at the bottom. I would love to have one of these picks make Amy really happy, so I would, because she loves that song. I want her favorite songs to get some more love. And I mean, it's just this really beautiful song. It's this love song about like some jaded people that found each other and they're just like, hey, are you a cowboy like me? Are we going to get through this together? I know we have this tough exterior together. Let's try and figure this out and not ruin it, you know? I just love it. Cowboy Like Me. It's a really good song and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah. And even when we did our album rankings for Evermore, when we did our rankings following our breakdowns, I had said that. I was like, I was one of those people that did not give Cowboy Like Me the attention that it has always deserved.
Same. I didn't.
Yeah. So that's why I picked that as well.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
2 in a row.
I know. Two in a row for Folklore and Evermore. Yeah. Cowboy Like Me. I mean, agree. Because everything you just said is so true. And I was one of those people. And I admit it and I apologize for it. You know, I didn't give it the appreciation that it really, really deserves. And I think breaking it down on the podcast really, really changed it for me.
I know. The podcast changes everything
It
sometimes,
does.
doesn't it?
It really does. And I hope our listeners feel the same.
Yeah, I would love to know, you know, if we've changed someone's opinion on songs. I wonder if it's ever worked in the reverse. If like their favorite song we just ruined.
No.
Like I didn't know it was about that.
You know what? I bet we did. I bet we did that for someone who really liked Suburban Legends.
You
and
think
then
so?
we did the whole like slip and slide thing or whatever, right? Isn't that Suburban Legends?
I don't remember. Like when we went and did some
We were,
really
like-
silly tangent
We
on
were
something.
like very slap happy
Okay.
when we talked about Suburban
Yeah, I don't know.
Legends.
I don't remember. It could have been.
I think we probably ruined that for some people.
Which okay, I was just listening to the Elizabeth Taylor episode with you guys. I wasn't on that one.
You were listening? That's so cute.
I listened to it, and
Did you learn anything new?
Well, y'all were talking about. I didn't know that Elizabeth Taylor had the White Diamond perfume that y'all were talking about. But Lacey had mentioned on the podcast that our friend Grayson had sent a picture of an escalator saying, "I'm afraid of escalators."
Yeah.
What was that from? Like, that was one of our really silly tangents that I think about sometimes, and I don't remember what it's from. Just like I don't remember which episode we were talking about lobsters, and that became a thing either.
Isn't it in the song Labyrinth? I want to say it's in the song Labyrinth.
About an escalator?
Where she says, she says, in the lyrics, she says, how I'm scared of elevators, never trust it when it rises fast. And I think we went on some sort of tangent from elevators to escalators, and the visual thought of someone on an escalator being terrified.
Ah!
It was funny then, and it's funny now.
Always funny.
But yes, that was from, Labyrinth.
Okay. Well, are you done with Cowboy Like Me? Should we move on to Midnights?
Yes.
Okay. So moving on to Midnights, I feel the least streamed song is underrated. It's Question. And that is my pick for most underrated song. Just like Cowboy Like Me, I really did not give Question a big chance when Midnights first came out. I skipped it a lot. But now, there's other songs on Midnights that I skip before I would ever skip.
Like
this
what?
song. Well, I can't say that. We're not. This isn't the episode about
Songs you
skippable
skip.
songs. But Question, it's like, it's really good. You can hear her sassiness. You can hear her like kind of being pretty funny in here, especially when she has the lines where it's like, "Did you leave her house in the middle of the night?" Oh. You can see her with her arms crossed, hip out, tapping her foot, like, what's going on? Questioning this person.
Yeah. You have
love
to.
it.
The thing about the song Question is you have to perform it theatrically to fully.
Very theatrical.
To fully appreciate it with the you know what I mean? And I do think kind of throughout the song, the narrator in the song is like slightly getting a little bit more tipsy. So you kind of have to like, as the song goes on, get a little bit more into it. Nick, this is so funny. I also put
No, it's not.
I also put Question.
No, it's not.
Okay, so this is what I did. I put Question for the standard edition.
Oh.
But if you but if you include the 3 a.m. tracks, I put, and again, this is going to make me sound like my favorite song is underrated. Dear Reader.
Dear Reader's a yes.
Dear
I get it.
Reader is a sleeper cell. Dear Reader does not get the love it has always deserved. And I've understood that song since day one.
Day one. Day one.
Since day one, Dear Reader. That also, Dear Reader came up on my shuffle the other day, and I was like, oh my God. Excellent. So I have Dear Reader for the entire album, but for the standard edition, I put Question.
Since you're such a bookie now, since
Yes.
you read all the time, you should get Dear Reader tattooed on you somewhere.
That's really cute.
What do you think? You think Dear Reader? How
Dear
could you incorporate that into art that will be on your body forever?
I think, yeah. Well, I have 3 tattoos already, and I have been itching for another one.
Really?
Yeah. And I already have one that's Taylor. You know what's funny? I have one Taylor Swift tattoo, which is my mirror ball. And then I have one for my love of reading, which I have a little tiny dragon tattoo. So now I do need one that just combines the two.
Just a book.
Just a little book.
What if you put a
Dear
book
Reader.
open underneath the dragon? It's like the dragon's coming out of a book.
That's cute. That's really cute.
Just saying. And then you got Dear Reader, and it's a book. It's a double meaning. Just saying.
That is really
Pretty cool.
adorable.
So let's move on and see if we get another match. How many points do we have? Okay, so let's go on to Tortured Poets Department.
This is okay. If we match on this one, that'd be crazy because there's 31 songs on this.
31 songs. So I went with one that I feel like is underrated. I don't really hear people. I mean, there are so many songs to choose from, but I just feel like I look in people's windows. Is that a match?
No.
Okay.
But I
Okay,
do
so
agree that it's
I look at
underrated.
people, it's underrated. It's also her shortest song.
Yeah.
In her entire discography. Like, it's such a stressful song. You can hear her. She's like searching for something that's not coming. She's looking around at what other people have is this person going to be somewhere else where I'm trying to search for them everywhere? It's kind of like when you're missing someone, everyone's face you see looks like that person, and you're always reminded of them. Like, she's looking for all these clues and suggestions of this person. Are they going to come back? But no, it's just this anxiety-filled, riddled song, and it's just got wonderful lyrics. Does it feel all right to not know me? I'm addicted to the if only.
I love that part.
Like, what a great line. Like, oh my gosh.
And the way that she says it.
And it's very
To the if only.
So it's a very, like, I don't know, skippy is not the right word, but I feel like it's got a little pep to it, but it's really sad at the same time. And it's just a really good song. And I Look in People's Windows, I think, should get more love.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but that is not the one that I put. For my most underrated song on the Torture Post Department, I put Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. Because I do think, I just love just the lyrics and the songwriting, like, your hologram stumbled into my apartment. And then it just goes into just straight, like, agonizing poetry, and it's just so breathy. And I really, really, gosh, I just love it so much. And I think maybe I put that because it took me a minute to appreciate it, because again, this album is just, like, so dense and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. You just, when I listen to it, I also just, like, perform it. And not that I'm a songwriter, because I'm not, but sometimes when I listen to this song, I'm like, I wish I wrote this song. Like,
Sure,
I wish I could take credit for this, Like, it's just, I just think it's really good. But I think that there's a lot of underrated songs on this album just because it is so long.
It is so long. And that album, it was so divisive at first. It really took people by surprise, and was kind of shocked by the vibe that album had.
Yeah.
And I don't know if a lot of people got over it, but I did love the fact that we saw some reviewers, like, initially review it, and then after, like, 2 weeks, they revised their review,
They were like,
saying, okay, this album stuck with me a lot more than I thought it would. Instead of 3 stars, it's now 4.5 or whatever.
Yeah, they're like, okay, so I was wrong.
Yeah.
Which
bad.
I respect just admitting that you're wrong. But yeah, I think with any Taylor Swift album, people are going to just want to hate it right out the gate, because it's like fun to hate what's popular, and Taylor Swift is popular and people just feel that way. But I remember when this album came out and people were like, this is the worst thing ever, whatever. I was like, you just need to take the time with it. Like, you really, really do.
Oh my gosh, one of the complaints about the album that I heard from people when it first came out, people were like, it's so long. So, like, how?
Why is that a complaint?
Why is that a bad thing? She just gave you 15 extra songs that she didn't have to. Why is that a bad thing? Like, how many people are sitting down and listening to an album in its entirety from front to back without stopping? Like, that doesn't happen. Sure, but most people, they get in their car, they're going to listen to 4 songs, and then they'll switch to something else or whatever it is. So, like, what's the difference how long it is?
It's crazy that that's a complaint, because also, like, no one is forcing you to listen to all of it.
Exactly.
If you don't want to listen to all 31 tracks, this is going to sound crazy. Don't.
You don't have to.
Just don't. And then Life of a Showgirl comes out and everyone's complaining that it's too short.
It's too short.
It's too short. And I came across an album the other day, and not a Taylor Swift album, but like an album by another artist.
Why are we talking about it?
Because it only
I'm just kidding. We can only talk about Taylor Swift on
because
this.
I think it only had like 9 songs on it, and I was like, this is really short. But I don't want to say that, because I said the same, like, when people were complaining, obviously I wasn't going to say anything, but I was like, 9 songs on an album is really short.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to the very last album in Taylor Swift's discography. As of the time of this recording, who knows? She might drop one sometime soon. You never know.
It's so crazy, because imagine she drops a new album on St. Patrick's Day.
Celebrating her Irish heritage.
Irish connections.
So on Showgirl, again, I'm looking at the data. I'm looking at the least streamed songs. And I can't believe one of my favorite songs on the album is the least streamed song. I believe Honey is underrated.
Okay.
I love Honey.
Yeah.
Honey is so good. To me, it sounds like honey. It's smooth like honey. Just when she's singing, and out of nowhere, there's a flute. There's like a flute that just comes out. That's a surprise. I love it. But it's so good. And she does the classic Taylor Swift move where she's singing about one thing and how it's bad. But then she switches it up and says the exact same thing, but then all of a sudden it's good.
Yeah.
Like she has all these people negatively calling her honey, like it's a put down. They're making fun of her. They're belittling her. But then the love of her life calls her honey and everything's okay. Like it's such a really great switch up on how you can view things. It's just, I love it. Honey's a great song. And my daughter and I, we listen to it all the time and she loves it. And it's just such a great song. Now around our house, whenever like my daughter will be like, can you hand me the honey? I'll be like, I'll hand you the honey. We don't say honey normal anymore. It's honey. Honey.
That's really cute.
But what about you? What do you think's underrated on this album?
Okay, this is going to sound biased once again. But I do think that Elizabeth Taylor is underrated because, and we talked about this at length in our Elizabeth Taylor episode, but I do genuinely think that it's a fun song and I think people like it. But if you don't learn about Elizabeth Taylor and you don't fully get the references and what Taylor Swift is saying in the story, then you're not really going to understand why it's so good, you know?
Got to do a little homework for this song.
You got to do a little homework for this song, and I think a lot of people just, I mean, I do think a lot of people know who Elizabeth Taylor is, you know, as a person. Okay, she was an actress. She had the violet eyes, you know, things like that, but once again, I think the average person isn't going to take the time to read about Elizabeth Taylor and make all the ties and connections to the song. So for that reason, I think it's underrated. But if I didn't put Elizabeth Taylor, I was going to put Honey.
Oh, it's so good. Honey's so good.
Because I do agree. And I think for me personally, it also took me a second to be like, yeah, this is about.
To get into Elizabeth Taylor or
Honey.
Yeah.
Honey, yeah.
Yeah, great songs. So I think we have shown that Taylor Swift has really good songs, everybody, and you just got to make sure that you're listening to them.
Yeah.
Those underrated songs, maybe those songs that you do skip a little bit from time to time, not every time, but when those songs that you might skip initially, get your finger off the skip button and listen to them and try to appreciate them a little bit more.
For sure. It's crazy. Like, just looking at Taylor Swift's discography, and I feel like I've heard fans say before, like, some of Taylor's quote-unquote worst songs would be another artist's, like, best songs.
I know. I totally agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Again, when I'm looking at these numbers and it's like, the least streamed song only has 215 million plays? Oh, like, how embarrassing. Like,
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It is incredible. And you weren't here for our episode where we ranked our track twos.
Uh-uh.
But Taylor Swift's track 2, Run, is absolutely insane. And when we looked at it, like, as 12 songs put together, I was like, that would be somebody's award-winning album.
Absolutely.
Do you want me to tell you what the track 2s were since you weren't here for that episode?
Yeah, tell me.
And just tell me I could guess your favorite, but just tell me, okay?
Hold on. I'm gonna write mine down.
Once I tell you, or you already know?
I'm writing it down now.
You already know?
Yeah, I already know my favorite number 2. I mean, like, from the number 2s that I could immediately think of,
Okay.
I just wrote one down.
Okay, so the track 2s across Taylor's discography is Picture to Burn, 15, Sparks Fly, Red, Blank Space, Endgame, Cruel Summer, Cardigan, Champagne Problems, Maroon, The Tortured Poets Department, and Elizabeth Taylor.
All right, so I didn't know Cruel Summer was a track 2.
Yeah.
But
and Blank Space.
What did you think I was going to say?
Maroon.
Yeah, I wrote down Maroon.
Yeah.
It's so good. That's a great song.
I think that would be your favorite on all of this. But isn't that, as a track list, that would be album of the year?
I wonder, okay, so at some point, we're going to have an episode where we, do we rank, how do I even say this? So you just had all her track 2s. And then we'll do episodes. We'll do an episode for all of her tracks, ranking all of her tracks. But then do we do an episode of, like, which is her best track number based on the strength of all those songs?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
we because that sounds like a stacked number 2.
Very stacked.
That sounds weird. But like number
Track 2.
But then someone could come up and be like, oh, but here's clearly all the track 5s and things like that. And then I wonder, we could rank those.
Yeah, because another really solid one that we did a while back was track 9s. Those were really good too. But it was something about seeing the track 2s where I was like, what the hell?
She's really hitting her stride in those number 2s.
Yeah.
So you're so immature. When it's just us, you're so immature. All right. So that is it for this episode of 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. If you haven't already, Subscribe to us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to us on right now. And don't forget to follow us on social media. All the ways to contact us are in the description of this podcast. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening. The 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.